Okay, I wanted to take advantage of the fact that this guitar is going to be here for another couple hours, so I'm recording it again because the first time through was a little rushed and I didn't really get a chance to let you guys really hear this. I've had a request from a good friend, longtime customer, to put together a pseudo lesson on, this guy's a killer Telecaster player, on chords. So one of the things that you've seen me use in the videos, and I've used over and over again, is I put together a chord progression that goes 1, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And you can substitute 4 for 2. So you can go 1, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, or 1, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 1. And the reason I do that is it covers all of the sort of diatonic chords of a key. So I'm going to do a thing in E major, same progression, and then I'll do the same progression again in E minor. I'll walk through it slowly and just sort of explain as I go. First chord is E major 7, and then F sharp minor 7 flat 5. So it's 1, 7. 3 is G sharp minor. I'm doing G sharp minor 9 to C sharp minor 9. And then I'm going F sharp minor 9, and then B 13, and then back to E major 9. Here's 1, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 1. That's E major, 1, 7, G sharp minor 9 to C sharp minor 9, F sharp minor 9, and then A major 9 to E major 9 to B. Okay, so the same progression in minor, E minor 9, D diminished 7th, G major 7th, C major 7th, and then 2, which is F sharp diminished 7th, and then the B, the 5 chord is going to be the same whether it's major or minor, so I got B 13 or B 7 sus 2 1 1 7 3 6 2 5 1 in E minor. This is completely acoustic, by the way. I haven't plugged this thing in. I just wanted to make sure you heard it acoustically first. There we go. So this has got one of the LR Baggs Anthem systems in it. So this is with the pickup. So continuing on this lesson, I'm going to go to the key of C, and I have done this in one of the past 500 videos. I did cover this. This is just a very basic sort of diminished seventh chord filler video. So I'm going to go to the key of C, your garden variety C chord. So the chords in C, there's no sharps or flats. It's C major, or just C. There's your garden variety C. C, D minor, E minor, F major 7th, G7, A minor 7th. I'm just sticking on the middle 4 strings just for illustration. B minor 7 flat 5, and then back to C. The idea with the diminished 7th chords is you can actually fill in between the diatonic chords. So again, the first 3 chords are C, D minor 7th, E minor 7th. If we use the diminished 7th chords as diatonic fillers or chromatic fillers in between the chords of the key, we've got C. I'm sure you've heard this all before. Descending, same thing. So if I pick that up a little bit, and as a diatonic exercise, sort of just sticking to those middle 4 strings, we'll go from C, C sharp diminished 7th, D minor 7th, D sharp diminished 7th, E minor 7th, F major 7, F sharp diminished 7th, G 7th, G sharp diminished 7th, A minor 7th, A sharp diminished 7th, B minor 7 flat 5, and C. In this case, C major 9. So again. And if I do that 1, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 progression again in C, C major 9. This is a good way to get to know the guitar neck, because if you're in the key of C, no sharps, no flats. So it's a good way to figure out where all the alphabetical notes are. So 1, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so one last thing. And I do this, you've heard me do this in other videos, and I use this interval of a sixth, and then I add a tenth on top. 1, 6, 10. And now I'm using first finger, second finger, and fourth finger. And I'm going along. I never lift those 3 fingers, I'm just sliding on those strings. start again here. I'll start up on C. So key of C, all natural notes. If we stay in the key of C and we move over to the next group of strings, I'm starting here. And the bass group of strings would be 6th string, 4th string, and 3rd string. The fingering changes a little bit with this group of strings. The fingering changes a little bit with the bass group. So last sort of harmonic mechanism, melody creating exercise. And if you think about these 3 notes as bass note, say alto and soprano, so you think of voices in an orchestra or whatever, bass, alto, soprano. What you can do is you could do a little exercise where you have, say, the top voice, the soprano voice, or that line, say, ascends. So this would be an ascending soprano voice. So, and I've got I have the tenths, right, descending, right? On the top string. So if I take a similar exercise again, and I use the key of E, so E minor. So I don't know if you make any sense of that at all, Fred, or not. It's sort of like me watching you do all your telelects. It's like, duh. So there you go. There's a little harmonic lesson for you. I'm just going to close up with this. You know, a couple of the things that sort of stood out for me when I studied at Humber and at Laurier in the classical program is it was always an interesting exercise to kind of look at the guitar as an orchestral instrument, or as, better still, 3 orchestral instruments, and treat those 3 voices as such. So, and that's what we're doing here. We're basically, so like I said, if we called that bass note, tenor note, and soprano note, and then work on sort of each of the individual voices and maybe do a descending bass line, which would be like, I'm sketching out the tenths, which is basically a third moved up an octave. Everybody's heard Blackbird is probably the most famous song ever written for the guitar on tenths, but the tenths are a great way to sort of orchestrate on the guitar, and if you use that as your sort of jump-off point for creating moving harmonic mechanisms, or just building a melody line off of a harmonic mechanism. Right? I'm at a point now where I'm finding any excuse to play this guitar. It's really an amazing instrument. You know, the guys in Bozeman, Montana, Gibson guys, really are doing a fantastic job. It's not ultralight, but it is, you know, it's fairly light, the body, light construction, and that's what you want. I mean, it's not so light that it's going to fall apart, but certainly light enough to get that kind of resonance out of a new instrument. So maybe I will loop something and kind of do a little bit of single line stuff. Give me a second. I have come up with a looped progression, so it's E minor. Okay, so I've looped that, gonna let that play.